it is time to tour the code base a little bit, mostly because I need a refresher. It has been a minute since I've worked on this. So let's review where we're at. So we are about a month from shipping. Oh my god. All right, so we have a month, and my code contributions are largely done. As you can see, the world select is way more fleshed out. There's more information. There's some UI going on. You can look at your collectibles that you've collected throughout the levels. There are some assets that we still need to put in. I don't know what's going to go into here yet, but we'll figure that out later. These are going to be screenshots of the levels. And as you can see, we can show here's how many you've collected, and here's how many that you haven't collected yet. So let me skip this song. This is a weird one. Castlevania is great. Some of the music just a little bit weird. I like it though. I like it. Okay, so all right. So here I haven't really collected very many of the collectibles. If I go into a level, you'll see that one of them, the one on the bottom right there, that one, it has this filter going on over it because I've collected it. Let me turn on the accessibility. Minimal rotation. Continue. Okay. So as you can see, the one on the left is not really highlighted. And there we go. We've collected it, and we have it floating over us. So we have a lot of changes that have come in lately. And so level select is kind of what I worked on. So now that I beat that level, let's go back over here, and you'll see that I have them both, and they're both highlighted here. It actually took a lot of work to do that. More than I thought, and this is where the importance of, for lack of a better word, foresight comes in, which is not something you can ask for when you're working on a game jam. I understand that. I'm not critiquing the decisions that were made about this project. What I'm saying is that as a result of some of those decisions, which is fine, right? You're in a game jam, you don't have time to think. Doing stuff like loading all of the players' collected Gravatorium and keeping track of it throughout the gameplay session, I had to do things like I had to, we didn't have one of these, but I had to implement a save manager, which just consists of okay, thinking about what is a game session in the first place. Oh, you have which level you went to, and cluster index really means chapter index. So I created a type here that represents a game session. And so a save manager really is they have whatever your current session is, because if you hit continue and you were halfway through the game, but you've already beaten it and you level selected your way back, that's your current session. But there's also your furthest session, because we need to show you every single level you can go to. So a lot more thinking went into this than I thought. So yeah, we have a save manager here. This is where we're storing all the grav ore that somebody has collected. My least favorite thing about how this is working right now is this right here, this full grav ore JSON. So this is what we're using to represent every single collectible that the user can grab. I would love to do this programmatically, but I believe that would require iterating through every single scene and finding every single entry of where the grav ore JSON is placed, because anybody can go in and put grav ore JSON into a scene. And the beauty of how it works today, thank you to Renee, is as we go through the levels, it will store a JSON of the collectibles in that level. So the game will kind of figure out as it goes how many collectibles are here. Okay, let's store that into a JSON object, and then all of that eventually goes into a bigger JSON object, like the one in our save manager, this complete grav ore dictionary. And so this one is storing the totality of everything that you could possibly get. What I hate so much about it is that I have to manually go through and beat the game so that I can find the text file that gets saved, because only once you've beaten the game has the game registered, oh, how many grav ore are here, how many are here, how many are here. So we're gonna have to do this again once we've finalized all the levels, which is not great. I would really push to do it a different way, but implementing this in the first place was difficult enough as it was. So I had to, at some point, you just got to make trade-offs, right? You have to make decisions based off of the context of the situation. And for us, we are shipping, so we don't have a ton of time to do everything the exact right way. We just need to make sure those things get done. That carries more weight right now. So that being said, this all got done, and we have a working level select with the UI and everything. I'm feeling pretty good about it. So yeah, if you haven't been to a chapter yet, based on your like furthest progressed session, then we're going to say that things like this are locked. Now you'll notice that I have Grav Ore here displayed, even though the chapter's locked. That's because there's two different ways that we save the state of things. One is like the built-in Unity way to do it. The other is that JSON file that I talked about. We're storing that in a completely different file. So there is a bit of a disconnect between, I may not have gotten this far, but in a previous save, I have this number of collectibles. This isn't great. I think if I would make another change here, which I would consider this a low priority bug, if a chapter is locked, we should disable its collectibles thing. I think I'll do that when we get further along in the levels. When we get closer to completion, I think that'll stand out more as like, this feels unfinished. But as it is now, I think it's fine. And yeah, so that's where we're at with at least my contributions to the project. Like I said, Renee, the other programmer here, he's been doing so much. I mean, we've got skins now. The leaderboard has been great. Where is time trial? That's probably on a different branch. But yeah, he's implemented the cutscenes. Like, the game is really feeling complete, like a full-fledged video game that people will buy, and hopefully feel pretty good about the purchase. All right. All that being said, next up is level design. My code contributions are mostly there, but we are lacking just a sheer number of levels. I believe in our marketing whatever we say 100 plus, and that's what we're aiming for. And we're not quite there yet, so we just need to keep making levels. And yeah, so that's that.